Hello and welcome back to our New World Order series in Crusader Kings 2 with the HIP mod. In the last episode we managed to finally get our King's Peace up to internal, which is what we needed to do to be able to declare war for the entire duchy on our neighbour over here. We have a de jure claim on it since it's part of our kingdom. So we are in the process of gathering our troops together. We had a grandson born to my current heir and his wife, okay. It was quick, that's not too bad. So if we happen to die before we're able to change to elective and get our strong genius daughter on the throne, then at least we have decent heirs in place for our next couple of characters. So plan A and plan B there both sound pretty good to me, whichever one ends up happening. Hopefully we won't die, of course, but at least we know it won't be too bad. So our vassals are going to start getting annoyed about their levies, of course. This count has presented me with evidence that Count Rudger of Anhalt is plotting treason against me. Everyone is bringing me evidence against this Count Rudger. We don't really care though, so we'll just keep it to ourselves. So, as we know, the Duchess over here is in a couple of other wars, so she may not even have any army in the area. Keep an eye out for it, though. I think for the moment we'll just split our troops in half to siege a couple of holdings at the same time. Don't want to go too crazy on that, though, in case her army appears. He does have some powerful allies, none of which have been called in. Or at least have accepted a call. It's been so long since I've surveyed my lands that I've forgotten how boring camps are at night. The weather is beautiful tonight. Why do I have to stay here? So we can choose mystery option A and sneak out of the camp and head into the woods, or we can lose 50 prestige. Well, obviously we'll choose mystery option A. I snuck out past the guards and walked off into the woods, blazing my own trail. Soon enough, I was rambling, enjoying the bright moonlight and gazing up at the stars. The fresh air makes me feel so alive. But why do I feel like I'm being watched? A gust of cold wind enveloped me, and a deep chill sunk itself deep into my bones. Feeling scared, I fell to my knees. Something rushed me from the trees. Opening my eyes, I found myself at the entrance of a dark, dense thicket. The branches overhead blocking out all but a few thin, silvery rays of moonlight. A tall figure clad in black robes beckoned me forwards. Follow into the darkness. The figure led me deeper into the thicket, where we came upon 4 men gathered about a blazing fire. One was dressed in the regalia of a king, another the vestments of a high priest, the next the filthy rags of a peasant, the last the rich finery of a merchant. They summoned me over to join them in the dance of the dead. So we are led into the middle of the circle of fire. As if time had stopped still, I was numb with fear, but still I wanted to go, and the blaze of the fire did no hurt upon me as I walked into the coals. Then we danced and we pranced, and I sang with them. All had death in their eyes. We danced with the dead. As we dance the circle of death, I feel myself growing lighter, and my mind dulls as I slowly slip into a trance. Suddenly the dance stops. The sound of a twig snapping could only mean that my guards are searching for me. We can take mystery option A, gain 100 piety and die. Or we could run for the love of Jesus, run. Well, I don't want to die, so let's run, shall we? I awoke in my own bed, weak and sweating. The servants told me that they had found me alone in a clearing, my clothing charred and tattered, but I miraculously unharmed. I asked them about the skeletons in the thicket, but they just looked at me with the worried eyes and shook their heads. It seems I am the only living witness to these events, so we can gain 100 prestige, getting the trait Mystic, giving us intrigue and learning, and gain 1 learning. Or we can get Dance with the Dead, giving us +3 intrigue and +5 learning for 10 years. Interesting. Let's get this. Learning and intrigue forever. And 100 prestige. Okay. That was a interesting interlude. Unfortunately now we are losing money each month, which is bad. We're going to go negative in the very near future. Probably would have been a better idea to wait before going to war, but it had been a while since we went to war and didn't really want to wait any longer. Maybe we can get the Pope to give us money again if he actually has any. No, he's just losing money himself, it seems. Well, I guess if we have to take out a small loan, it won't be the end of the world. We actually already have a small loan, so it would have to be a medium loan. We could probably stop trying to kill this guy as well, since his opinion went positive. Yeah, let's take a medium loan. It's fine. We could have potentially just disbanded our domain troops, because we do have 6,000 troops from our vassal up here, and he hasn't called in any allies, so we're unlikely to actually need our entire levy. Might have been a better idea. The Count of Wittenberg claims that Baroness Oda of Solms is attempting to promote vile heresies. Well, I don't think we care about her. Or do we? Where actually is she? Here. In my domain. In my capital duchy, even. This is my capital duchy, right? Yeah. So we actually would like to take this barony for ourselves. But let's do that. Message about arranged marriage from the King of Croatia. He wants to marry just my courtier. Okay. Let's try to arrest her. He raised her flag in rebellion. Probably not going to be a huge problem. Let's divert, say, half of this army. Go up there and kill her tiny army. We have a new pope, okay. He has a little more money now. Request money? Yes, please. Hopefully be able to pay back our loan quickly. We'll release all the prisoners. We became charitable, okay. And the Pope has given me some money at the cost of some piety, which is fine. Probably just use that to pay back that loan we took. We get cunning war plans giving us extra levy, extra morale. We'll pay back as much as possible. Okay. Ooh, Saxony set up an anti-pope. Well. Interesting. I'm not going to bother fighting this Baroness's army, we'll just siege her single holding and we'll be able to revoke it. Arranged marriage from the Doge of Venice. He wants to marry somebody to another courtier. Sure. And once we gain this county... Oh dear. Flanders has come in, okay. Once we gain this barony, we'll give away one of the other counties that's outside our capital duchy. I'll have to keep an eye out for that army. I imagine is probably pretty strong. Actually, he has about 6k, it's not terrible. Actually already up to 88% in this war, so maybe we can just end it before any army shows up. Meanwhile, the Baroness's army is just wandering around, not able to siege anything, which is fine with me. You have improved the opinion of a cardinal, which is... Oh dear, we have an army from Flanders that I guess appeared out of nowhere. Probably not actually out of nowhere, I was just not paying enough attention. We'll see if we can reinforce this battle. Probably don't need to break off this siege and reinforce with this army. My careful maneuvers in this battle have shown our patient nature to everyone. Excellent. So our reinforcements will be there on the 15th. Let's hope we can hold out for long enough. Still haven't gone to the melee phase. Well, now we have, so I think we're going to be just fine. Captured a mayor, and a count, and a countess, and another countess, and a bishop. Wow, we're going to get quite a lot of money out of those ransoms. Turned out to be quite a profitable battle. Let's click the ransom all prisoners button here. And we're actually at 100% already, so we can just go ahead and end this. We usurped the duchy, and I guess we became count of a couple of those counties. Let's see. So this one, I guess, is still held by the countess. And I'm not sure if we gained this one. I guess we did. Okay, well, I'm just going to give all of these ones away. And in fact, we have the distribute recently acquired land button, which I will use. Let's give it to a random new noble, I guess. I don't really care about giving it to my sons. And let's just check out the duchies here. So it's 4 counties, we have all 4. We'll just give it to one of these random people. If any of them is especially talented at something, we'll choose them. This guy is a really good martial guy, so I guess we'll give it to him. This one? Okay. He is very happy with me. So this just leaves the war with the Baroness. Which we are about to finish. Enforce our demands, we should be able to revoke her barony. Puts us over our domain limit. Okay, so... the county of Bamberg is not actually within our capital duchy. And I think these two are also outside of our capital duchy. But I guess we'll give away Bamberg. For men who are not already rulers of my religion and culture, are adults, not a great house. See if we can elevate somebody who will be useful to us. He would be a very good spy master, but I don't really want to give land to such an ambitious, intriguing character. Although this guy is actually just as good, and not ambitious. Let's give it to him. Okay then. We can disband our troops. And we have gained another castle within our capital duchy, which means it has no penalty to its levy, unlike the ones that we hold outside of our duchy, I think. And the Chancellor of our neighbours over here has bribed and threatened his way through my domain. Okay. Obviously they're going to use it. We can afford to reinforce our retinue now. So let's... Ooh, the Knights of Santiago have formed, and the Teutonic Order. Knights of Calatrava. And we are no longer able to improve our combat skills, I guess, so let's take the ambition to become a paragon of virtue. And with the amount of money we have, we can probably start spending some on upgrading our holdings a bit. I think we'll focus on castle towns first to help out our income. And focus especially on the castle towns in our capital county. since our steward is pretty much permanently parked there, increasing the income. Chancellor of Weimar from Saxony, okay. Is fabricating a claim for his liege. Alright. Probably not going to be an issue. Like, Bayern is trying to take this land away from Corsica and Sardinia, probably. Conquest of King Baldo. Not sure if that means that they are going to be able to take all of Corsica and Sardinia. That would kind of be bad. Then we would have a pretty powerful neighbor. There are rumors among my troops that supernatural forces are working against us in this war. Whether these rumors are true or not, my men are increasingly demoralized. Well, that is not good, I guess, but we're not really participating in this war, so not really a big deal. Ooh, Denmark has expanded up here a bit. And it seems that Ireland has lost some of their land to Thessalonica. My son, Prince Karl, is of legal age. He became a fortune builder. I suppose we can get him married to somebody. I guess we could betroth him to this Duchess. Get our dynasty on that throne. Obviously won't be able to actually get married for a while, but that's okay, I think. How far away are we from being able to change our succession laws? I guess the answer is 10 years. Okay, so we have steadfastly fallen asleep in the Lord at age 50. We died of severe stress. Okay. Well, as mentioned, we did have a decent heir lined up. Unfortunately, we did not get to inherit as Prince Berta. I think, though, if we changed to elected with this character, we'd still be able to elect her. Children and siblings of the ruler, so we would be able to. But we are at least quick. We're fortune builder. We have pretty good stewardship. That actually gives us an extra domain size, so it's kind of unfortunate that we gave away that county. We could have held on to it if only we'd known. We do need to take an ambition. Could be to have a daughter. Let's take the ambition to win a war. This will probably do that pretty soon. And I think we'll go for hunting focus, because it's been a while since we did that. Need to appoint a new treasurer, since I guess our character is the previous treasurer. And I'll appoint my uncle instead of the Duchess, just because he's better. We are pretty diplomatic, so I'm not too concerned about vassal opinion here. We have one duke who's not especially happy. Everyone else important is at least positive. We can probably see what we can do about him, though. Nothing much, it seems. Part of the problem, I think, is that he is of a different culture. Oh, I don't think that. That's definitely part of the problem. It's exactly 16 of the problem. We'll give him an honorary title. Oh, he already has one. Okay. Well, never mind then. We'll see if we get any factions and react to them accordingly. Fortunately, though, this means our truce with our neighbor here is no longer thing, so we can actually declare war on her again for the other duchy that is part of our de jure kingdom. We have de jure claims on counties as well. Obviously, we'd prefer to take the entire duchy, please. I'm not sure if we should do that now. I think I'll wait a little while just to make sure that we don't get any large factions or anything. And I don't suppose we're still his heir. We are. Okay, so we could kill him to get this county back. Potentially. Whether we can actually kill him is a different story, but we'll give it a try. Jihad for Misr, so the Muslims are going to try and take that back after that successful crusade. Let's see if get anybody else involved here. I met an interesting, perhaps slightly crazy traveler today. He claims to have seen red and yellow carrots in a faraway land. What a good joke. Everyone can see carrots are purple, so we gain diplomacy. Fine. So it looks like nobody else is interested in being bribed here. We'll just cancel this then. I don't really want to have him find out about my plot and start disliking me because he's in high intrigue. Yes, in the meantime, we can just go on a grand hunt when the appropriate time of year rolls around. No sign of any factions, so I think we're pretty much in the clear on that score. Gained some technology from Constantinople. And you have increased a cardinal's opinion. I wish you would pay attention to the Pope and not the cardinals, since I don't care so much about them. You, by all means, keep stealing technology, because that is always helpful. This Jihad for Misr has been successful already. Okay. Well, that didn't last long. So this guy is pretty powerful now. I guess the previous holder had managed to convert actually quite a lot of this land. I don't know, it just has Catholic rulers in charge. I imagine they're going to get revoked probably in the near future. Let's go on our hunt. And hopefully find the white stag. The Sidehounds thirsted for blood this gentle afternoon and they brought us many hares. We gain 5 prestige. Not sure if we can gain any good traits out of this. Guess we can potentially gain diligent, which would be pretty good. And brave probably as well. Dogs have caught scent of a boar in the forest. This is the chance of getting a mighty boar slain. So indeed, we can take a 10% chance of becoming diligent. Might also get maimed or wounded, but that's okay. Certainly don't want to become craven. And we became maimed, so that's pretty terrible. Oh well. So no more hunting for us, I guess. Unless we get miraculously cured, which is a thing that can happen. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that ends the hunt. There we go. It was a truly noble endeavor and a true challenge for our martial abilities. I am proud of my hunting abilities, which will never be used again. Alright, well that's going to do it for this episode. So thanks for watching, and join me again next time.